Why are men better than women?
Hey, hold on. Maybe change the way that's said. Why is it better to be a man than a woman? That's still not what we mean.
Yeah.
Why are we? Are you happy to be a man? Would you rather, if you had the choice, to be a guy or a girl?
Men are superior.
Men,
Like, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you.
this is only episode 10, but the way we're doing this here,
yeah,
is gonna. Please watch it.
The main distraction parked in the lot. Two dudes with beards and some thoughts they just caught. A squirrel or donuts or why clouds look tall. Their cars, their studio, they cover it all. Banter so wild it'll make you grin. Two bearded besties, where do we begin? The main distraction, tune in for the ride. Talking about nothing yet.
I'm happy being a man.
Yeah.
I love being a man.
Yeah.
And there's lots of reasons for that.
Yeah.
I think that's maybe a better way to put that.
Like, maybe I have an odd sense of humor or just like a messed up sense of humor, but I can find humor in almost anything.
No, I think that's a good thing to
right.
I think it's a good thing to have.
Right. You know, like backhanding someone. I mean, it's not funny. You shouldn't hit anyone. At the same time, it's kind of funny, right? You know. Right.
The conversation was men versus women. Are you saying you enjoy hitting a woman? I like the possibility of peeing outside. It's the thing. I think when you have to, if a guy can pee outside because he has to.
Yeah.
Personally, for me, I know that taking my kids to a park, I constantly got looks. Taking my daughters to a park, because when they're playing, if I'm in between playing with them and I'm sitting down for a minute, I get looked at as being this weird guy who's watching kids play in a park, which I think is completely unfair.
That's fair.
You know what I mean? It's there are those things like that where men do get treated in a way that just isn't gonna be acceptable or accepted, and it's hard to deal with, because I love playing with my kids at the park. There's times when, like, I'd be playing with my kids at the park, and other kids whose parents aren't paying attention to them, they come over there. We're on like the big thing that you like swing around. It's like a witch's hat type thing.
Yeah.
So kids all climb up. There have to be 15 kids all of a sudden come over. They're like, oh, someone's playing and they can help us. So we go. All of a sudden we're the coolest parent. It's things like that. Or I also ran into issues where, like, if I was walking around with my wife and our baby at the time, people would always ask her, what's your baby's name? How old's your baby? Can I hold your baby? Can I pet your baby? Can I touch your baby?
Ask you, eh?
No, we get left just to sit in the back and just be quiet.
Yeah. So like, for the park thing, like, I feel like guys kind of get a pass though, right? It's like, like, a girl's at a park, you got the kids out, right? And it's like, she's just being a mom, right? Mm-hmm. But a guy takes a kid to the park, right? Even if he's playing on a cell phone or just whatever, I feel like girls look at him, oh, he's such a good father, right? So,
but your argument is that you see dads just playing on their phone, like, not engaging with their kids, but they're still giving the praise for it.
Like, I feel like they would, but also, side note, they go to a park and the dad's there. The dad is usually dinking around on the equipment with the kids.
Yeah, I do believe that. I thought you were gonna go the other way.
No.
But I do understand that there's, but I think it depends on who you're asking and what you're doing. Like, guys do get that praise, and it's just like, well, moms are just supposed to be moms, and the dads doing the fun things are these extravagant dads. I think everybody has their own things that they do, and I think if they do them equally, that's where the beauty of a family comes into play. It's a hit and miss thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like, you think
Mother's Day, big day. Father's Day, not a big day.
But it's true. Like, Father's Day is it's the less.
I always feel like I gotta comfortably, like, hold my hand up here. But I don't know.
Like, Father's Day is like the less
what do I do with my hands?
Celebrated holiday. Father's Day is a less celebrated holiday in, like, all the land.
But I think in all the land.
Yeah, all the land.
Is this the far away from Shrek? Are you Lord Farquhar? far away. In all the land.
Yeah, in all the land.
Father's Day doth not happen.
Side note, though.
How many side notes are you adding?
Oh, man, I'll put side notes in all day. My binder's full of.
Are you
stickies,
the person?
right?
Your computer's the one with 87 tabs open, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. Right. No, it drives me nuts having like so many like tabs open.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It actually bothers me when you're like you type something in and it opens up another tab. Like
Yeah.
quiet you, I was done with this one.
Right.
Do you think being a mother's hard? Like I feel like and like everyone praises women like Oprah. You know, she'd be like, and like, you know, and she has the hardest job of all, being a mother, right?
I think both jobs are hard in themselves. And this isn't to negate, you know, single moms doing things, single dads doing things. I do believe that you can't be you can't celebrate a mother on Father's Day. You can't celebrate a father on Mother's Day. I think you can. I think a single mother who has to take care of a child by themselves.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but I mean it happens. It's actually, you know, it's a very normal thing for parents to split up and share custody and all this kind of stuff.
Sure.
But I think you can definitely be a mom and teach your child mom things, but you can't be a dad. You can teach your kid how to use some tools, but that's not it. There's still a difference between a mom and a dad.
Yeah.
I find that's just fine. And so it's not about dogging on either one, but I think, you know, you can't. You're a mother. You can't be a father to your kids. And the same thing is that a single dad can't play a mother role.
Yeah.
There's a difference in how we're built. So I do think it's nice to have both of them. You need mother figures, father figures. So I think in the mother's right, is it hard to be a mother? Absolutely. I think it's hard to be both. But I think having kids aren't easy. You know, they say they don't come with pamphlets and they don't come with how-to books. I mean, you can read how-to books.
You know, like I don't think being a mother is a hard job. You know, like I don't really think, like, how hard is it to hit?
So the main distraction is now just me, because he got beat up by a whole lot of women after this episode.
How hard is it to hit? Are you still watching on Netflix? Right? Like, you know, how hard is it being a mother? Really? You know, any job you can do in your pajama pants is not hard. All right, I can tell you right now.
I mean, to be fair, I work from home with my business, and sometimes I don't.
Well, you didn't wear pants. All right,
that's fair. I'm not wearing pants now.
I love it. Yeah.
Why do you visibly look down? Like you physically look down there when we do it. Well, I'm just wearing shorts. I think they can both be hard.
Yeah.
I think so. Let's circle back to what this was supposed to be about. Why do I think it's better to be a man versus woman? You know what I don't want to do? Carry a baby for 9 months. I don't want to do that. So I'm happy that I don't. I'm happy I don't get like a monthly visitor.
Yeah. Like I feel like being pregnant is like being constipated for 9 months.
Is that what you think it is?
Yeah, it's essentially like that. You know,
I feel like a whole lot of people are going to disagree with you.
You know, like I've never been a mother, but I have walked home with a burrito in my front pocket, and I think that's pretty close. Right? Like, is that not?
Why did you not eat the burrito?
You're just like holding,
left?
You know, because you want to eat her in the comfort of your own home, right? So like you walk over, you grab a burrito, you put it in your sweater front pocket.
And you think carrying a baby is just like carrying something in the front of your hoodie?
Yeah. That's essentially it, right? Yeah, this is all the character I want you to understand.
No. You can't back it. Maybe we'll add this in the end. Let's see if they watch the whole episode and before they
all
start
14 of you.
Before they mob you.
Yeah.
I'm happy I don't have to wear like high heels. Stuff like that.
Yeah, your butt would look great.
And I appreciate that. Wait, you see it doesn't now?
Well, I mean, you know, like it already looks fantastic.
We'll talk about this after.
But that upper lift, I think, would be just.
So I did it once. There's one time. So I'm a manly man, but I'm also, you know what though, I don't mind. I'm a man who loves like Disney movies. I love taking baths. There's feminine qualities about me. I'm cool with that. But there's like I walked one time in heels. I mean, listen. It was we did a charity walk for against domestic violence against women.
Sure.
So it was walk a mile in her shoes.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody walks in like red heels or whatever.
Sure.
It was a kilometer.
Like, how did you find heels to fit those?
I walked up to the table.
Jalopies?
I walked up to the table and they had a size 13.
Did they really?
They did.
Yeah, carry
They did.
on.
So, yeah, we did it with the villains.
As you should.
It was horrible, but I mean, I also have like bad back, bad feet, all that kind of stuff. But
Yeah.
I would never want to do it again. It wasn't fun for me. Now, I'm not saying all women have to wear heels. They wear whatever they want. But, I mean, typically, women are going to wear heels. Have you ever worn heels?
No.
But
But
you like...
But do I like it on
You
women?
like the visual
Yeah.
of heels on women. And I mean, I think women like wearing those shoes as well.
You know, like I like women. They're pretty hot. We'll circle back. That's just no, like heels. Yeah, they look painful. It's not something I would wear.
No. There's also... So, because I like protect my like manliness, it might be toxic. People might think it's toxic, but whatever.
Yeah, toxic masculine.
But I'm not one to dress and drag or anything like that. I did do it once for a costume when I worked at KFC. I was like 17.
Yeah.
And I was dressed up as like a lunch lady. There's one photo. Remember when Polaroid came out with those stickers for the first time?
Yeah.
The very tiny little things. There's like one photo of me dressed up as like a lunch lady, like the
Hot.
big black wig and the blue dress and white apron,
Yeah.
or whatever. When I was working at KFC, that was my costume that day.
Yeah.
Makeup. I don't have to do makeup and.
No, that's what beards are for.
Yeah. Do you find how do you feel when they say that beards are just catfishing? Because I would like to think that I would like to think that I was attractive before my beard, and
Well,
I'm
like you
attractive
are.
with my beard.
You are.
But you didn't know me before my beard.
I don't need to. All right. I can see into your soul. All right. You know.
My wife doesn't talk to me this nice.
It's not the outside, it's the inside Kool-Aid. So they do bring up some points, right? I think if you're ugly as sin for the guys, you grow a beard. So it looks okay now, right? I think that's just...
I will say I think there's times when you see, like, I probably still look better with my beard than without my beard.
100%. Like, I couldn't imagine you without a beard. In fact, I think lawfully it's not allowed.
I'm just never allowed to shave.
Yeah. Yeah, like not even your back hair.
You know what though? To be fair, to be fair. Can you beatbox?
Not really.
What were we talking about? Like looking catfishing. So I don't think so. And I mean, they also talk about wearing a hat is catfishing. Listen, I'm balding. I'm balding, but the thing is I also shave my head because I don't try to pretend I have hair anymore, and I just like wearing hats.
Yeah.
I love wearing hats.
Yeah.
But I get it's happening. I'm 40. It's going away. But I don't worry about trying to like fix that or look younger or anything like that. People are suggesting I should just for men for my beard.
Actually, I think I mentioned that.
And I think you were one of them who mentioned as
And
well.
I want you to know, like, it was out of love, right? For people who don't know, right? Kool-Aid, you know, a couple moons back, all right?
Many moons ago.
He used to have, like, a black beard, a good old Captain Blackbeard,
Yeah.
right? And as you can see, he's within transition from Gandalf the Black to Gandalf the Grey. You know what I mean? Like, he's making his way downtown.
I'm just
Walking fast. And a hometown.
We should do a video where we dress up like the white chicks, guys.
You know what I was thinking, though? And, like, someone that... Like, you ever seen those videos? It's like, oh, he's probably off cheating. What men are really doing, and they're like...
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, are they forging fire in there?
Yeah. It's freaking Mordor up in that bitch.
It sounds like jet engines. Mordor.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
What about less window?
Alright. This was our last episode. Again.
Mordor, last window.
Yeah, last window. Yeah.
I found that to be quite amusing.
Yes.
Can we clear something for the ladies right now?
Sure.
I much prefer natural beauty. I think a woman doesn't need to wear a whole lot of makeup. I know that listen, I know how all this episode's going to sound.
Yeah.
But we're lightheartedly talking about these things, and we know that women choose to wear makeup because they like it. They're not doing it for other people, so on and so forth. Some people clearly do it for other people.
Yeah. You know, like, we both love women, okay?
Yeah.
Probably more than most guys.
But not as much as each other.
That's freaking true. I can see the lust in your eyes.
It's just gas.
Get hot in here.
That's another point. Do you think it's easier? I think we get along. We've never had an argument. I know we haven't been friends like super long.
That's fair.
We never had an argument.
No,
Never a disagreement.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think we debate things. We might not agree on everything, but I think we do a good job with that.
Oh, yeah.
I think women have a hard time doing that with each other.
Oh,
I think men can rationalize easier with each other than women can with each other.
I think the worst enemy of woman is other women.
I truly do want to believe that women want to lift up other women. And I want that. I see it out there. And it's like, you know what? We are here to lift women up. We are here to help other women entrepreneurs and everybody. I just don't see it.
You know,
I don't see a lot of it happening without other underlining things.
I think women will lift up women, but not that high.
Not higher than themselves.
Right?
Not, God, I feel like we have to keep
I know.
apologizing for things.
It's a hard topic.
It is.
It is.
But you know what? We're here to give the hard truths.
Right? Like, we're not here to make friends.
We're here. Yeah, no, that's still the wrong thing to say.
You know what I mean.
We're not trying to make you mad, but we're speaking what's on our mind. And I think I do want to see. I would love to see more. But I will tell you, any dude out there is happy to see any other dude succeeding.
Like
For
absolutely.
90% of the time, there are those idiots who are like, yeah, why should he have that job over me? No, if you have a chance to get that job, I have a chance to get that job. If I don't get it, sure, I might be a little upset about it. But if my boy gets it,
I think,
good on you.
Like I think 9 out of 10 times, the only time men will attack other men is over women. Right? But I think in most any other scenario, it's like, like, you keep up the good work, brother.
Yeah.
Right? And
you can just see, you see somebody doing something, you're like, yeah, that man's doing it.
Yeah,
But
like if you have the confidence.
I do see other women who are, I don't know. I hope you guys change. We can't change that for you because we're told, do not interrupt. We have no say. We are men. We don't get it. Sure, we don't get it, but we do see it happening. And I hope that there is a point where you do see it more often than not, that women are lifting other women up.
If you saw a man on like a unicycle, right? I feel like they hold the seat or something.
No.
They do. Okay. He's on a unicycle.
I've ridden a unicycle, a 6-foot unicycle, and a 3-foot unicycle.
I'm impressed.
I did.
Yeah.
I kind of held a fence as I went along the 6, but I was pretty good. I did use it.
Yeah, no, I believe it. So like that being like, you know, like you see a man riding a unicycle, right? A girl sees that, I feel like she would laugh.
They will, yeah. They find, and when we do silly things, they're like, why are you guys doing that? You don't realize how cool it is. I have a friend on TikTok who does trick shot videos.
Sure.
She does trick shot videos. But I definitely see a lot more men doing it. Men like trick shot videos. Or trick shots. They'd love to sit there and just accomplish the small little things.
Right, like you think we just like appreciate small victories?
We do.
Or is it like we're just simple-minded creatures?
No, but I think you take that. I think that's taken a negative way.
Yeah.
I think women feel that men are just simple idiots, but it's accomplishing a goal. It's doing things as long as, I mean, if you're somebody who, like, you know, doesn't have a job, doesn't look after your kids, and you know, doesn't do anything in life, but you get excited because you were able to toss a playing card in between two forks.
Yeah.
You know, then yeah, you have your priorities wrong. But I think for the most part, like, I had a lot of fun. I did some trick shot videos for Tim Hortons, which actually had Tim Hortons follow me, become friends with me on TikTok. I gained like 10,000 followers from it.
Kool-Aid's famous.
And well, listen, it's my Canadian flex. My Canadian flex is that at the time I was one of 28 people that Tim Hortons followed on social media.
That's sick.
And that was Ryan Reynolds, Celine Dion, the NHL,
and then Kool-Aid's in there.
It was cool.
Like, you're like, why are you so cool?
But
man?
I'm not. Maybe I fake it well or something. I don't know. I like to have fun.
You know, like I feel like you're just naturally cool.
What a wingman. Maybe. I don't know. I appreciate.
You know, I'm not even blowing up smoke up your ass. Like, yeah, like legitimately. Like, I think you're cool as
and I appreciate that, but I think we should not talk. I don't take compliments very well.
But
thank
no,
you.
this is what men do.
This is.
Okay. Like I go, oh my god, you're so pretty, right? And then that's
I
pretty
think
much.
no. But you know what though?
But I feel like
do
it's
think
sassy.
they do it.
Like,
I do think they do it. I think sometimes they mean it. I think sometimes they're being sarcastic because they're envious or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And ladies, like, don't come at us, but definitely get into the comments and anything that we're saying. Tell us your thought or your feeling on it, because I'm not saying every woman feels this way, but we're saying as men what we do see it out there, and it's you can't hide those things that are being done. I think I think you will find a man being a wingman to another man
superior.
better than, not superior, maybe a different word. Let's use a different word.
Sorry.
I would say
Like
better.
Trail back. Or...
I would say it's better.
Yeah, sure, better.
For a wingman man to man than wing girls girl to girl.
Yeah.
Are we right? Don't just comment.
Oh wait, hold on. For wingman, do you think it's better to have a guy wingman or have a girl wingman?
I think still a guy. Wingman.
I mean, it's
because a
hard
girl.
to say.
Because here's the thing: the girls and I've got best friends. I've got best friends who are girls. I still think that men are going to see the small accomplishments and things that we find really cool. Your female friends, my wife, my kids, my female friends, they're not going to be impressed by those things. But the dudes, or like my nephews, you know, they as boys, as men, as whatever it is I feel like I'm doing a lot of this today. They were talking a little more Italiano, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's funny to us.
Yeah.
We do this, we make funny things, but I think and we appreciate the ladies who laugh. But I think if we're sitting here and you don't see a whole lot of ladies. I know a lot of funny ladies. I'm not saying it doesn't happen.
Yeah. So when men talk to women, you know, like I know when I do it, I speak a lot softer when I'm talking to girls or you know, like in general, right?
All right.
As opposed to a guy, I'm myself. We can say whatever, you know, like we can do whatever. And it's probably okay.
We've talked to other women, kind of about the same thing, and I think women find it harder to find something about themselves. Hey, I'd ride that.
What, like, you like the person there?
No, not the woman walking the dog. The scooter with the thing over top of it. Oh, I feel like it's hot.
I'm glad you clarified that.
No, she's probably very nice.
Her and her little dog.
Come here, Toto. No, the scooter with the thing on it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh,
I
canopy.
Yeah, I feel like I would. Getting older, I would rock one of those, but I would put spinners on it.
Yo, like here's the thing with men. We would do that. Like we would
just
ride
because.
A scooter. I feel like women would fight it to the bitter end.
So we found it. Sorry to come back from the scooter and Sister Mary over there.
Yeah.
I think they find it hard to find something that they enjoy being about a woman versus being a man. I think because they essentially find it harder being a woman. But they did say, you know, they enjoy being able to wear the dresses and stuff like that. But they can dress tomboyish. They can dress like females. Yeah. I think, but I mean, if you wanted to wear a nice little sundress, I think you'd get judged.
Yeah, like I feel like
not by me,
right? Which I appreciate that about you, you know. But yeah, no, like I feel like the only time men can successfully wear dresses is ironically or a kilt. There's nothing not more manlier.
A kilt is manly
than a kilt, 100%.
I want to get one. I do have Scottish background.
I think he's just going off into the woods.
There's some random person.
Yeah, like that's not a path. Like
he just walked up a hill and into the woods.
Yeah.
We're gonna hear about that on the 6 o'clock news.
If he was dragging a carpet, I would be
okay.
There
was a box. There was a box, and he did drop the box.
No.
But anyways, no, you're right. So I have some Scottish background, some Scottish heritage, And I do want to find the tartan for my family, and I would absolutely wear a kilt. Would you wear a kilt the true way?
Oh, with nothing underneath?
Nothing underneath.
I think you kind of have to.
I think you want to. I think you still have the respect of wearing underwear underneath of them. But I think maybe you have to, if you wear it, you have to wear it with confidence. Which
100%.
means going all out. But, you run the risk of somebody just whipping up the back. Episode 11, Men in Kilts. Us in kilts.
Ooh,
Do you think we'd bring in more people?
I feel like our camera angles.
The main distraction, tune in for the ride. Talking about nothing yet so bona fide.